All right, Thursday evening, just getting started here, getting a couple of other things into gear. And there we go. We are live and direct on Thursday night, the 8th of June, a very big time frame. If you're from Topeka, Kansas, like I am, this is the time frame that back in 1966, an EF5 tornado rolled through Topeka, Kansas. If you'd like to see more about that, and if you'd like to see my interview with my mom, who was coming back from her hometown of Jeff City, Missouri, and had to cross the tornado's path to get home safely minutes before that tornado hit the Kansas Capitol building, head to my website. You can find out more details on my Weather or Whatever blog post. It's available through my social media pages. You can find it out there someplace. So far, again, decently quiet for tonight. Hazy with that smoke. Lots of wildfires out there that could contribute to some more smoke over the next couple of days. And we're going to be watching for the potential of an increase of showers and thunderstorms coming our way. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. Questions, concerns, ideas, complaints, if you must, drop them into the comments section or email me. Listing for my page is available at wdef.com. Section for the weather is available there as well. And also taking a look at the forecast details, all available, at this location. So stay tuned for more there. Let's go ahead and get things started off. This was an excellent shot tonight for our West Shore home weather window picture of the day. Thanks very much to Tim Barber for the storms that came through last Monday into around the Soddy Daisy, Tennessee area. A very nice view of lightning, hopefully taken while being very safe. Again, indoors is where you want to be when lightning like this, or any type of lightning, is around. Not in just like a shed or a pagoda or anything like that around the area with just a outdoor stand and whatnot. You want to be indoors with walls and a roof protecting you from what might be flashing around out there. So safety first, safety always. Don't risk your life for a piece of video or a picture. It's not worth it. But again, it looks like it was taken from indoors looking out. Thank you very much, Mr. Tim Barber, for a very nice picture from Soddy Daisy. Got pictures? We'd love to see them and show them. We've got a few to show next week. We could always use more, so please send them in to us. Drop them to the comments section or look us up at pictures at wdef.com. Would love to see what you're seeing out there, so go ahead and head on through and let us know what's out there for now. Hazy in downtown, a lot of that smoke available in the lights of AT&T Field. Looking back toward the area of downtown to where we're seeing lookouts taking on the Birmingham Barons tonight. And last I saw, the game was looks like it's over with, and Chattanooga has won. We'll have more on that coming up on sports a little bit later on, so congratulations to the Redbirds. A couple more games with the Barons coming up a little bit later on, so looking a little bit hazy out there and going to be staying that way. A little bit of sunlight left, not much from Island Cove and the planet Venus out there someplace, but there are some clouds available at various locations for tonight, so it's not entirely clear. Back to the area of the News 12 studios, not quite so bright at this time. Lookout Mountain over this direction and what was a nice sunset over that way. Chattanooga Red Wolves Stadium, CHI Memorial Stadium at 2475. Everything moving along quite nicely at this time. A little bit on the heavy side for this time of the evening, but otherwise not bad. Temperatures are very comfortable. If it wasn't for the smoke, it would be an almost picture-perfect evening out there. Numbers in the lower 70s for temperatures. Very dry humidity, comfortable northwesterly winds, so a beautiful Thursday evening in progress. We'll be seeing some more smoke over the next couple of days. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little while. We don't have much in the way of showers or thunderstorms. We do have some well down toward Jackson, Mississippi, south of Little Rock, and back over toward the Red River of Oklahoma and Texas, but absolutely nothing going on where we are at this time. Our front from the last couple of days has made its way all the way down to the Gulf Coast, and that's where the main concentration of any showers are located, over around about Georgia, South Carolina coastline, all the way back over toward around the Texas coastline. Now our next storm system is going to be on its way. We're actually going to be picking up two storm systems coming on through. The first one will be, it's several days away, but the first one will be developing over the high plain states, and then the next part of that storm system will be back to the north of us. So it'll be kind of a double whammy coming through round about Sunday, this is just the area where we're expecting them to develop. We're not seeing anything that says anything immediate is coming on through, but it is something to watch, especially as we go into and around Sunday. Other than that, we don't really have much going on in the way of showers, a few clouds around, and of course all that smoke sticking around the area. Pop-up clouds for the most part, and most of what we saw on the visible satellite earlier today, well on down to our south. Some clouds passing through parts of the area, but beyond that, again, we're just really not seeing all that much out there for right now. And looks like it's going to be staying that way. Let's run the numbers for you and give you an idea as to what we're looking at. Tomorrow morning, temperatures back in the lower to mid 50s. More clouds down to our south, but beyond that, not that much happening. For Friday afternoon, lower 80s or so by the time we start to wrap up Friday and head into and around early Friday evening. Comfortable, a few clouds, but otherwise that's about it. Could be a little brisk on Saturday morning. I would not be surprised to see some mid to upper 40s across portions of the area with mostly clear, kind of hazy skies, but clouds, not really seeing much of a problem. A little warmer on Saturday afternoon. Not seeing anything in the way of showers or thunderstorms yet, but as we get into around Sunday, early in the morning, not much, but then toward afternoon, we could be seeing the potential of some more showers and thunderstorms developing. Again, pre-dawn skies, kind of a cloud-sun mix, and then getting into around afternoon, that's where we see the potential of more showers and thunderstorms with that system developing from out west. So that's where we could be looking at the potential for some more problems. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 7-day forecast. Then we'll take a look at how the wildfire situation is shaping up. Hazy into tomorrow. More chances of rainfall, and notice again that pattern to where we duck down on the temperatures, back up again for Saturday, down for the early part of next week as that next storm system rolls through, up again for Flag Day next Wednesday, and also seeing again the potential for some very warm conditions. Also, as we go out of the weekend and into next week, that's where we see the potential of more showers and thunderstorms out there. Most numerous on Monday, and then isolated, again, those popcorn thunderstorms pretty much every single day next week. So outdoor activities, we still have graduations going on, vacation Bible schools kicking into gear, summer science camps, athletic events, athletic practice, athletic camps, stuff like that outside. If you can see lightning or hear thunder, get them back indoors again. Remember, 30 minutes until after you see the last flash of lightning or see the last indicator of lightning on radar. There's some great weather radar apps. There are also lightning detectors that you can use to measure where that lightning is coming from and how far away it is. We may have to do something like that on our next What I Want to Know show, so stay tuned for more there. Comfortable at nighttime, again, cooling off enough, but it's really getting into that warm season toward late May. We have about 13 days, just shy of 2 weeks left to go until summer officially starts, so we're coming close to those hotter temperatures out there over the next several days, so we'll be watching and waiting for those to show up relatively soon. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with the smoke out there for our AQI index, air quality index. This is where we were just a little while ago. As of 9 o'clock this evening, about an hour or so ago, we were at 90. And again, what happens, we were much lower earlier, almost in the 70s where it comes to the air quality index. So why is it so high now? Well, the pollutants that were stirred up in the atmosphere by the sunshine, causing the atmosphere to get more turbulent and soupy out there. All that heat for the day goes away when the sun sets, and now all those pollutants that were flying around in that really turbulent atmosphere heated by the sunshine, all those pollutants are settling back down to the surface, and now the pollution indexes are going up once again. So it's higher now than what it was a few hours ago, and decently above where the forecast was supposed to be for today. Will be about this level from what it looks like coming into tomorrow. This information, again, courtesy of the Chattanooga-Hamilton County Air Pollution Control Bureau and from airnow.gov from the Environmental Protection Agency. What are we looking for into the near future? Not good news, unfortunately, at this time. Everything that's marked in bright red is a fire that has just started in the last 6 hours. And as you can see, south central United States, tons of fires already getting going, and those fires up into Canada, even brand new fires starting up that have given us the smoke for quite some time. So we've got plenty of wildfires out there, and that is going to not do us any favors where it comes to our air quality. Now, the air quality for the last several hours has been much worse back up into around the New England area, the tri-state area from those fires in Quebec and Ontario. We are seeing, again, we're not totally clear here. Totally clear is over here where you don't see any colors, and we still have, again, some smoke out there. That's why it's so hazy right now. The heaviest smoke from earlier has made its way down to the east and away from us, so that's taking care of most of the smoke for tonight, so good news on that. But we're going to continue to see that smoke sticking around, and here's where it gets really interesting. Now, this is a forecast loop showing where the smoke is going to be heaviest. The yellow colors indicate the lesser amounts of smoke, and the gray color, so gray and yellow is less, purple and white is heavier. So watch what happens as we slowly make this way into motion. Now, first of all, most of the stuff from Ontario rebuilds and then holds itself right over the Great Lakes, but some of that into around the Great Lakes heads its way back over to around the upper Ohio River Valley and right on over, possibly intersecting areas of the tri-state area and back toward New York City and New England. What we're also looking for at this time is what's left of our smoke from before heading off and away from us, but it looks like more of those fires that we just showed you on those markers are going to be spewing up more smoke, and it looks like there's a possibility that we could be getting more of that coming back our direction into the course of the next several days. Now, that's not a guarantee. This is, again, a computer model, so things can change on here, and we'll be watching that very interesting situation shaping up. But improving conditions for now. But then as we go into the next couple of days, it looks like we may be seeing a return to some more smoke, possibly as early as Sunday morning, if this is correct. The model's having some difficulty handling some of this, so this is something that needs to be taken with a small grain of salt. We'll watch and see what goes on over the next several days, so keep it tuned to News 12, and we'll let you know a little bit more about what may be heading our direction. All right, our Food City Certified Angus Beef Grilled Cast showing the warm and hazy conditions continuing for most of the weekend. If you have plans for grilling outdoors, I would do it earlier, Friday night, Saturday night if at all possible, because by Sunday afternoon and evening, that'll be our best chance of some showers and thunderstorms coming on through. So please keep that in mind if you have any plans for hitting the grill anytime soon out there. Also, thanks to Food City for sponsoring our Food City Weather in the Classroom program. If you're a teacher, would like to get a jump on next year's schedule, send us the information if you can. If you can't, we'll keep our ears and our email boxes open for when you send stuff in. So WDEF.com/weather and more on the Weather in the Classroom page. If there's a special subject you'd like us to talk about, emergency preparedness, radio communication with weather, sheltering in place at home, things like that when severe weather is a possibility, let us know. I'd like to I'd try to talk to as many older classes as I can, say third grade and up. We do talk to kindergarten through about second grade, but a lot of the times we are more liable to read a story and discuss how to deal with severe weather mentally and how to get prepared for it, rather than talk about math or science like we would with the older kids out there. So something to think about if you'd like to take a look at. Let's not forget the tropics. Nothing going on. The bathtub warm waters of the Gulf, the Caribbean, and the Western Atlantic continue in place for now, but not seeing anything according to the National Hurricane Center's forecast for the time being. That's locally. If we stretch out a little farther, so far in just the last, let me just double check real quick to see if there's anything new that has come down. And as of right now, according to the National Hurricane Center, at 8 o'clock Eastern, nothing expected to develop within the next 7 days. So some very good news for that. Right 1 week into hurricane season, we've got half the year left to go. The end of hurricane season for the Atlantic is December 1st. So we've got a long ways to go in the season. So this could be extremely active. But again, that all depends on what is happening well on down into around portions of the tropics, because according to the Climate Prediction Center, we have now officially crossed into El Nino territory. So we now have an active El Nino scenario. That's the warmer waters here off the eastern Pacific and South America. The warmer waters here, the warm air that forms above those warmer waters down below, the patterns of moisture and air with that warm dome setting up over all that water can drive moisture and energy, and the jet stream can be altered as this goes on through. A lot of things can happen. So for right now, with this in play, that's something else to think about. We also have, again, some very warm waters over here. So if anything does get developed, we could look at some rapid intensification going on, and that is something that we really need to watch out for. If you'd like to know more about the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's seasonal outlook for hurricanes, which is predicting near normal this time around, all you have to do is go to noaa.gov for more on that. I spend some time talking about what it all means in the forecast, and you can find out more on our What I Want to Know show that's available at wdef.com/weather, or you can find out more by going to my YouTube page, and you can find out more details about all sorts of stuff, including my interview with my mom about her time way back in 1966, where she had to race home to get that tornado, to get ahead of that tornado coming through parts of Topeka. So again, check out my social media pages. Tons of information available there, and we'll keep you updated on everything else going on. Almanac page, one more stop for tonight. We did manage to make our way into the mid-80s, lower 80s for today, decently below normal. A record high that hasn't been broken since 1933 of 148, the record low that was set 44 years later, and still dry as a bone out there for the month and the year. Nearly 3 1/3 inches behind for the year, so we could definitely use some more rainfall out there to help us catch up on what we have not gotten for quite some time. Rest of the evening, again, looks decently quiet. We'll continue again to monitor anything in the tropics or anything in the way of severe weather, but there's nothing going on right now, so looking very quiet at this time. We'll have more details again available at wdef.com/weather. I'll have more details tonight on News 12 at 11. Chip Chapman has your forecast bright and early on Friday morning, and meteorologist Todd Heislip coming up on the weekend shifts, 11 o'clock Saturday and Sunday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onick. Again, thanks for joining us for tonight's Weather Overtime, and stay tuned for more with News 12 on air and online from downtown Chattanooga.